Formula One is one of the fastest and riskiest sports in the world. And even with all the safety improvements, a single mistake, failure, or collision can put a driver's life at risk. And Max Verstappen is no stranger to that fact. So from getting launched into the barriers to surviving a terrifying 51G crash, here are the times when Max Verstappen came frighteningly close to death on track. 1. 2015 Monaco Grand Prix. During lap 64 of the race, Verstappen was chasing Romain Grosjean into the first corner, known as Sainte-Devote. It was a high-speed entry, and Verstappen misjudged his braking point by just a fraction of a second. His car clipped the back of Grosjean's Lotus, and what followed was a violent collision with the barriers. The impact destroyed the front of his Toro Rosso and sent debris flying across the track. Verstappen was fortunate to walk away without any significant injuries, though he admitted later that the impact was one of the hardest he had ever felt at that point in his career. From that early wake-up call in 2015, Verstappen learned the risks of racing at high speeds. But while it was scary, far bigger dangers awaited him when he became a title contender years later. 2. 2021 British Grand Prix. The 2021 season was one of the most intense rivalries Formula One had seen in decades, as Max Verstappen went head-to-head with seven-time champion Lewis Hamilton. The tension boiled over at the British Grand Prix in Silverstone. On the very first lap, Hamilton and Verstappen battled wheel-to-wheel through several corners. Neither wanted to give an inch, and as they approached the legendary Copse corner at nearly 180 miles per hour, the two cars made contact. Hamilton's front left touched Verstappen's rear right, and in an instant, Verstappen was sent flying into the barriers. The impact was recorded at a staggering 51 Gs. To put that into perspective, fighter jet pilots experience around 9 Gs in extreme maneuvers, and most humans lose consciousness at around 10 to 12 Gs without special equipment. Verstappen survived 51 Gs in a split second. His car was destroyed, and the energy of the crash was so great that it snapped multiple components of the car's suspension and chassis. Medical staff rushed to the scene, and Verstappen was taken straight to the hospital for precautionary checks. 3. 2016 Australian Grand Prix. At the season opener in Melbourne, Verstappen was caught in a huge crash when Fernando Alonso's McLaren flipped violently after contact with Esteban Gutierrez. Verstappen, running close behind, had to dodge debris and a spinning car at over 150 miles per hour. A slight misjudgment could have pulled him directly into the wreck, risking fatal consequences. The next close call for Verstappen was not about force, but about something this time. The danger didn't come from hitting a wall at high speed, but from another car crashing into him in one of the most unusual and scary ways possible. On lap 26, Verstappen and Hamilton were once again battling for position after a pit stop phase. As they approached the first chicane, Verstappen tried to go around the outside while Hamilton defended the inside. The two cars collided, and the impact launched Verstappen's Red Bull up into the air. In a horrifying moment, the rear right wheel of Verstappen's car landed directly on Hamilton's Mercedes. If not for the Halo cockpit protection system, which had been introduced in 2018, Hamilton could have suffered catastrophic head injuries, possibly even death. And Verstappen himself would be seriously injured in this accident. Next, it wasn't a rival or a mistake, but it was pure bad luck, in the form of a tire explosion at maximum speed. 5. 2021 Azerbaijan Grand Prix. The 2021 season kept pushing Verstappen to the edge, and at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in Baku, fate nearly took everything away in an instant. Verstappen had been dominating the race, leading comfortably with just a few laps to go. Victory seemed certain, but then disaster struck. On the long main straight, Verstappen's left rear tire suddenly failed at nearly 200 miles per hour. In less than a second, his Red Bull lost control, spun violently, and smashed into the barriers. Fortunately, Verstappen emerged unharmed once again, climbing out of the car in frustration rather than pain. Now, before you leave, just don't forget to give this video a like. Smash that subscribe button and also ring that notification bell for more upcoming uploads.